I been missing out the walk with the minute. I been building up the blocks like a me. Elliot got water dripping out the city. Oh my God, boy he got a God. Oh my God, boy that boy on top. Sipping walk, make my heart stop. All these hoes, yeah my love my thigh. Yo, oh let go, put her on roll, put that on payroll, put that on go. Yeah she like to go, yeah she love to blow. Get that dick slow, like a snow cone. Yo, get that bag, show 'em how to ball. I'm in the mall, yeah I'm saying. Give me a minute, yeah, I need a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm gonna tell you, hey, Cardi B and Pippin, Cardi B and kick the shit, yeah, give me a minute.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's DGE Dolphin Gang Entertainment. It's your boy DG, and we back with another video. Appreciate y'all, love y'all. Y'all help me get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. Y'all go show some love. Y'all go check out that link in that bio. Today we got a lot of new players that we ain't hear from in a long ass time, man. So this should be a good one. A lot more information we're gonna find out about this team. First, we do have Chris Sims. He's gonna talk about his ranking of Tua in the NFL, and we're gonna see what his opinion is in regards to Tua and what he did last year. So we definitely gonna check that out. And also, we just got some clips from Dolphins practice. We're gonna check out the new players, the old players, so on and so forth. You know, them boys, they out there working out in the rain. Them boys not playing, man. They focus. But much love. Appreciate y'all. First things first, we got Chris Sims. Let's see what he has to say about Tua.
Scott, he needs a little space as a thrower. He needs space. He's got an elongated motion. He can't, like I just said, flick it or just wrist it out there, that little T-Rex motion. There's not a lot of sidearm that way and all that. And those are the things that, bother me a little bit about his game.
You know who the guy that can do that?
Could you email me the part about Geico, making it easy to switch and save hundreds?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You don't know my name, do you?
I just get you mixed up with the other guy. What's his name? What's your name?
Get more with Geico.
Well,
yeah.
As I transition from one guy to the next.
Yeah, he can.
Tua Tagovailoa,
right.
So also in this tier for you. And so if you go back and you look at all the things that you have said about Tua all throughout the years, you've been lower on him than in the past. But then there are some people that if they go back and watch Football Night in America a couple of times last year, you were complimenting him as much as any quarterback out there in some of the things that he does and does very well in this Miami Dolphins offense. The point guard, the Magic Johnson,
exactly
the distributor,
right.
Boom, 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 boom.
No
Tua,
doubt.
when he is like that, no one better in that offense.
There's great value to all that you're talking about there. And, hey, watching him compared next to Dak Prescott, how quick he moves in the pocket and how quick he can get the ball out of the hands, I mean, he looks like he's in fast forward next to Dak Prescott. That's certainly advantage Tua. I mean, Tua's ability to be pinpoint in short areas, right? That's another advantage he would have over Dak Prescott. And I should have got to that. Dak Prescott, because of that elongated motion and all that too, is not as pinpoint with some of the short intermediate throws as you would like for somebody that's making $60 million a year, right? Tua, excuse me, on the other hand, is amazing in that area. He is. But there's also some crossover to what I just talked about with Dak Prescott that we're going to hit on with Tua as well. Okay. Now, I love Tua's quickness. I love his foot quickness and his ability to come off a play-action fake and get his body in the right position to throw a ball into a tight window and get it out really quick. I mean, all that's really good. His ability to process and see people come open in those short little areas, that's not always easy. We talk about that. It happens so quick, right? That takes a special guy to do that. I give him a lot of credit for that. But I go back to some of the things I've said in the past. Still, the big thing is we get into late December and big game football or anything around that range. We go into those games questioning the highest paid guy on their football team, which is Tua. Is he going to be okay? And I still come back to that. And when I watch him and evaluate him yesterday, I like a lot. I do. Are there plays and throws left on the field and yards on the field every game? Yes, there are. There are throughout, whether it's missed throws, not being able to get to the target.
Yeah, he on the money, man. He on the money about Tua, man. Y'all be talking y'all crap about Chris Sims, but he know what he talking about. He know exactly what he talking about when it comes to Tua.
Or it's, oh, wait, we called the deep throw, and I have to throw it on time and rhythm, so I just have to put it out there. And it's like, no, he's double covered. But most quarterbacks have a chance to, let me wait for Tyreek Hill. I know he's going to open up and go by him, but he doesn't have the arm to do that.
Nope.
So then he'll throw a ball up, and you'll be like, well, it's double coverage. And it's like, well, yeah, he had to throw it when Tyreek was at 20. He was at the 20,
That's
right?
true.
So he had to throw it then. He can't even see if he's going to be open all the way down the field. He kind of has to guesstimate, if that makes sense, right?
Like, let's say if we had like a mobile quarterback like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, they're going to be able to get that ball to Tyreek Hill. Even if they have no time from the old line, they still could get that ball to Tyreek Hill. Tua, when he's limited, all he can really do is lob it up. Sometimes when he's throwing that ball deep to Tyreek Hill, he just lobbing it. So Chris Sims, he brought up a good point in regards to Tua game. Very good point.
Right? You know what I'm saying there? Also, I think if you got into other negatives, would just be health, like you mentioned before. Do I think some of that affected his decision making last year? 100%
Yeah.
No doubt
true.
about it. A little bit like we talked about with Kirk Cousins. Hey, Tua was going to, if the play was take a quick 5, one hitch and throw the ball, he was going to do that no matter what. It was going to be like, I'm going to take a quick 5 and throw it. And again, I get to this, and this to me is big because the great quarterbacks in the sport do this right now. Where, okay, quick 5, okay, you could see he's about to come open. Okay, you took your hitch, but you still see he's coming open. Stay with him and throw it. There he is. Tyreek's open for 25. But instead the ball's already out because we listen to our feet and all that. And he's too good and too experienced for that. I don't like that. Some of his negative plays, interceptions, throws, or all that are thrown just because it's like, wait, I was told.
Whenever Tua go off script, it's not 100% in regards to him actually performing when he off script. He's not like an off script quarterback. He not like a Josh Allen. He not LJ. That's just not in his game to go off script. So he gonna stick to the script, so he could look as good as possible. Listen to what the coach say. He not gonna go do his own thing out there. He gonna do exactly what Mike McDaniels tell him, pretty much. So I don't know. Maybe he is becoming more of a leader based on what I'm hearing. Everybody's saying he's a leader now. So maybe he's more of a leader to the point as to where he could make adjustments to the play call if he sees something's not going to work. He's either that or he just going to stick with whatever Mike McDaniel say. And that's that. Whatever a coach say, go. So I don't know if Tua got a word or say in regards to the play calls like that. I don't know if they got that much trust in him. We're going to see this year. But who knows, man? Who knows?
To take a quick 5 and throw. And it's like, well, no, this is football. The sport's not perfect. Yeah. The guy that you threw to in practice all week where it was perfect because of how the scout team played it, no, there's actually a guy that's trying to stop it now today on Sunday, and he bumped that guy as he was running the route. But you see the window, don't just throw it just because it's like, hey, it was time to throw and there's the window and I'm going to throw it. He's not there yet. But we just throw it and let it go. And I think some of that is maybe because he's protecting himself, and some of that is like
he trying to get the ball out quick so he don't get hit. So he going. I wouldn't say his first read, but he going to the first person that he knows that he could throw the ball to if he in danger. He gonna try to stay away from that. So Tua, he pretty much playing the quarterback position cautiously. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe Tua out there putting 100% in. We're going to see. We try to fix the old line so we can see a better Tua. Hopefully we do see that Tua, but if we don't, then Quinn Ewers, what you gonna do? Zach Wilson, what you gonna do? You know, those guys, I think they could extend some time more than Tua. You know, if they're put in that circumstance as to where the O-line not blocking and they're in danger, you know, hopefully their arm is strong enough to throw it to Tyreek Hill if he down there somewhere. That's all we hoping for.
Lack of aggressive decision making, right? Or just hang in the pocket to make that aggressive play. And those are some of the negatives I come back with Tua. It's tough here. It is tough. In my heart of hearts, I want to say Drake May and Michael Penix are going to pass these guys up this year.
Oh man, I was just thinking this the other day. I was just thinking this, bro. I was saying, like, man, maybe Drake May and Penix gonna pass up Tua this year and push him lower down the list in regards to top quarterbacks in the NFL. You know, at a certain point, we all considered Tua as a top 10 quarterback. We did. But now it seems like he just sliding down. Top 10, top 12, top 15. This year, it seems like he might go to top 20. Who knows, man? But, you know, this year's on Tua. You're going to have to fight through all the adversity. You know, they're saying that our team is bad. What you going to do about it, Tua? Are you going to perform? That's what we're hoping for. You know, I can say whatever I want to say about Tua, but he the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, so I got to hope that he performs well. I can't pray on his downfall. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I really do. But I just don't have enough quite comfort and evidence from those two to say that quite yet. And I don't want to be disrespectful to two guys who have played for a long time. Right. I get that. But I think these questions are very legitimate. I really do. And not only between that, you know, he's great at sidearm and off platform. I love all that stuff too, but he's not going to run a whole lot. And he doesn't scramble outside the pocket and make any plays outside the pocket that way to make a big throws either. He's slick moving in the pocket and let me shovel past a guy here, or I'm moving in the pocket and I see somebody open over the middle and boom, I get it out. He's really slick that way. But I'd be lying to you if I don't sit here.
Yeah, like Tua, he throw a really pretty ball. I give him that, man. A very, very pretty ball. I give him that.
And grade a little bit on off-schedule plays.
Like, look, the ball not even wobbling. Like, come on now.
And he doesn't scramble outside the pocket and make any plays outside the pocket that way to make a big throws either. He's slick moving in the pocket and let me shovel past a guy here, or I'm moving in the pocket and I see somebody open over the middle and boom, I get it out. He's really slick that way. But I'd be lying to you if I don't sit here and grade a little bit on off-schedule plays. You have to. It's 2025 in the NFL. The best quarterbacks in football are making off-schedule plays all the time.
Exactly my point. Off-schedule plays. You know, this is practice. So Tua, he gonna look good. You know, Tua, he would be a very successful 7-on-7 quarterback if he doesn't have to get hit. You know, he did win the QB MVP for Nike a few years ago. You know, they had Trevor Lawrence. They had a lot of good quarterbacks on that roster for the Elite 11, 2-1 out of everybody. You know, but when it comes down to it, you really got to put a good old line around Tua. So you can see something like this. Like, Tua, he's slinging it at practice, man. He look good. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. It don't look like his arm got stronger, but it just looked like his balls look more precise, more consistent.
To make a big throws either. He's slick moving in the pocket and let me shovel past a guy here, or I'm moving in the
look like he got a
pocket,
little bit big. I'm not even going to lie. It look like he got a little bit big.
For the middle, and boom, I get it out. He's really slick.
That was perfect right there. Who is this, Julian Hill? No, that's not him.
That way. But I'd be lying to you if I don't sit here and grade a little bit on off-schedule plays. You have to. It's 2025 in the NFL.
Easy.
The best quarterbacks in football are making off-schedule plays all the time. So that's part of the sport right now. The defenses are too good. It's not going to be.
Last 2 seasons, 11-6, 6-5. You know, you see our record go from this to this. You know, I understand the injuries and everything, but where's the improvement, Tua? Where is the improvement? This year 29 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I wish this went to like 30 something. I wish he went to 30. Baker Mayfield got 40. Man, Baker Mayfield outdo you. Very similar quarterbacks, very similar in size. But it just seemed like Baker Mayfield, he got that extra in him. Like, I think Baker Mayfield would have worked in Miami, to be honest, man. He would have definitely worked. At first, I was like, I don't know, man. Baker Mayfield, he not going to answer our questions, but maybe it's just the Tampa Bay organization being that good of an organization for him to flourish like he is now. I don't know if he came to Miami, he would have turned up like he is with the Buccaneers. He got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Irving, the new running back that they got, Rasheed White, Ibuka, McMillan. They got a lot of pieces over there with the Bucs. So I don't know if Baker, Tyreek Baker, come on, man. Come on. But the last time Baker had a receiver of Tyreek caliber, Odell, that ain't really work out, but he got a really good receiver. A really, really good receiver in regards to Mike Evans. So I give him that.
To be perfect, but yeah, this is where we get back to, is this it? Or do we have something else we can go to another level here where you can shut somebody like me up?
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox, smells like lavender, feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
Led the NFL with a 73% completion percentage last year, but a lot of those quick, the difficulty of those throws are not necessarily at the highest level. And this is tough for you because, right, you look at the Drake Mays and the Michael Penixes, the ceilings are higher, but the floors are lower.
Right.
But it's not like the floors are not low with Tua and Dak either, with the injury concerns that both of them have, and the concussions with Tua and the hip at the end of the year.
Exactly right.
And I think that's part of it for Tua. You say you don't want to be a robot out there, but I'm sure that Mike McDaniel has told him, you got to protect yourself more so than other quarterbacks out there. All quarterbacks want to protect themselves, self-preservation, but for him with the concussion history, it's just like it is a must, and it's hard to. I don't know. It's just like he has to protect himself.
I know it's a hard thing to tell a human not to do that, right? That's where they're in a tough predicament. That's where I got back to the contract stuff, going like, wait, nobody's going to be bidding to pay Tua with the things you're talking about, let alone the play on the field. Why are we just outbidding ourselves? I don't get that, right? So that's the things I question there. A little bit like I talked about with Dak Prescott too. There's a few too many plays where I want to go, wait, the slot guy's got an out route. Tyreek Hill's got a 20-yard out route too on top of that. Like, he's about to come open. Like, just wait, throw it. Just a 30-yard gain. Boom. But no, the ball's out of the hands too quick. Again, it's not a bad play, but I'm just going, Josh Allen or Joe Burrow or Matt Stafford or whatever are hitting that all day long to Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
And then who knows what happens after they hit that, because go 3 rockets up his ass might turn up the sidelines and go for a touchdown, right? So that's what you miss there. There's a lot of good there, but I not only with that, and he's almost the opposite of like Dak Prescott, because Dak would be like a little bit of the, wait, I'm big, I'm going to hang in the pocket. And it's like, no, get off of him. CeeDee Lamb's not going to come open. Go somewhere else. Don't just try to throw it to CeeDee and like, I'm going to put it in a good spot with 3 people around him and hopefully he'll catch it, right? Like, don't do that. Move on to the next guy. It's the opposite of that with Tua, where it's like hit the back foot and it's coming out no matter what. And there's a little bit of me that's just like, hey, you played enough. You know this guy going down the middle against cover 2 is about to be open. Give it a split second more, and you're going to have a big play here. And there's some of that misses, let alone some of the other stuff we're talking about.
But Tua, he cannot get that split second. He can't. He's not that good to get that split second. Let me say not that good. He not that athletic to get that split second to throw it to Tyreek when he does buy time. So Tua, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's a good quarterback. But it just seems like Miami is not the best option in regards to a team that needed a quarterback. I feel like there were other teams like the Chargers. I feel like he would have been a better fit with the Chargers than the Dolphins. You know, he was okay with the Dolphins, you know, but I think he would have put up better numbers with the Chargers. You know, good old line, maybe less injuries, possibly. You know, so I think we low key let Tua down, but at the same time, we seen the injuries coming from Alabama. You got to say that we seen the injuries coming. So, Tua is, I think he's ranked what, number 18? No, he even put the number, but I know he's like in the 20s right now for Chris Sims. You know, I would definitely put Tua 15, 20 range. Most definitely.
Too.
Yeah, those are two interesting quarterbacks to talk about because, yeah, it's like Dak has been in the superstar realm, top 10 for you before, and Tua for a lot of people has been, leading the NFL in yards or completion percentage. You'd be like, he is in the upper echelon, but with the injuries, you're like, man, this might be it for him. This other guy.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Another thing I wanted to show y'all, it says Tua has been named one of the QBs that could be benched during the 2025 season by Bleacher Report. You know, so this is them basically saying like he at risk of losing his job. You know, he on the hot seat. Everybody thinking that Tua about to tear it up this year. You know, but based off the odds, you know, other teams and their success, you know, it doesn't really look too bright for the Dolphins with Tua. But maybe Tua got that fight in him. Maybe something comes out of him in regards to us seeing the best version of Tua based off the current status of the Miami Dolphins. You know, I've seen Tua in multiple situations, you know, come from the dirt, you know, from the bottom in regards to a lot of pressure on him. And he came out and got that W, like the national championship game when he came in for Jalen Hurts and he made some happen, you know. A do or die situation. Like, we know you a freshman or redshirt freshman, whatever he was at that time. We know you that, but we still gonna need you to come in there and make a play. No matter who out there. You know, you got a lot of talent out there. You know, now it's time for you to make it happen. We tried our best with the old line. You know, we got Patrick Paul next. We're gonna talk about Patrick Paul. We're gonna see what he has to say. But we trying to get everything right with the money that we had. So now it's on Tua to do what he can with the roster that we got right now. Now it's on him. Because I feel like there's other quarterbacks that would have turned up with whoever we had on the roster last year, the year before. We would have a better record with a different quarterback. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. But y'all let me know in the comments. You know, Tua has been named one of the QBs that could be benched. Do you think that Tua will be benched this year? Do you think that Tua will be benched? You know, I'm not talking about no injuries. I'm not talking about no injuries. That's easy to say right there. It's easy to say that Tua will get an injury, but do you think that Tua get benched? Like, he plays so bad up to the point where, you know, coach like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with this Tua experiment. Give me my own quarterback. I can't do it no more. I feel like this year might be Daniel last year. You know, he had enough of he still like Tua. He's still with Tua. That's his dog. They still cool, but might be Daniel need Tua to make it happen this year. He need Tua to make it happen. He need Tua to help keep his job. So maybe we get the best might be Daniel. The best play caller might be Daniel because of him being in that situation. Because if we don't get the best out of Mike McDaniel, we're not going to get the best out of Tua. We not. We definitely not. So, Tua, hopefully he don't get benched. If he get benched, that means he playing bad. You know, and I want Tua to be out there playing good for the Miami Dolphins. That's what I want, ultimately. You know, I don't hate Tua that bad up to the point where I want him to play bad so we can get a different quarterback. If he could play good, let him stay in there. You know, I still feel like we got a good roster. If Patrick Paul could live up to at least 75% of not 75% of what Teron Armstead was, if he could live up to that, I could take that. Austin Jackson, we're gonna listen to his press conference. We're gonna see what he has to say. Um, and that's that right there. The interior O line, I'm good with them boys. Aaron Brewer, he's straight. He got the orange jersey the other day. I'm cool with that one. James Daniels, veteran, he should definitely help us out. And Jonah, I don't even gotta say nothing about him. The O line version of Tua. He should make something happen, man. He should. So there you have it, QB1, man, and Chris Sims and what he had to say about Tua. Y'all let me know. Could Tua be benched this year by Quinn Ewers or Zach Wilson? Who knows? You gotta remember Zach Wilson, second overall pick in the draft. Gotta remember Quinn Ewers, he was projected to be the number one overall quarterback picked at a certain point. High pedigree quarterbacks. Very, very high pedigree quarterback. So Tua, he got competition. I'm hearing that Tua, he outdoing them boys, but he got experience at practice. He got that relationship with Tyreek and Waddle already over them boys. So Zach Wilson, they just getting a hang of things with these receivers and their speed. Same thing with Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers, he should be used to it because, he was at Texas with Golden. He had a lot of fast receivers over there at Texas. A lot of fast receivers. So he should fit right in with all of our receivers. He should. Shout out to my boy Vamos. He pulled up. He in the building. What's good, my boy? Much love. Much love. Let me see what else we have. Mike McDaniel. No, we don't got none of the tour. Okay. All right. Next. Let me see what I got for y'all. Next, I got Austin Jackson. I've been waiting to hear from this guy right here. It looked like he got skinnier. Man. I'm getting worried, man. We might have to move him to tight end at this point. Who knows, man? Tight end, D-end, D-tackle, something. But let's hear what he got to say.
It was a great feeling to be back out there. I'm glad to be healthy and back to full speed and feeling a little better.
How was this journey for you mentally for the injury?
It was tough. It was tough. I hate to leave the season the way I did last year with so much at stake in terms of fighting for playoffs and stuff like that. But my situation with my knee was something I had to take care of, so it just kind of forced me to, just look inward. That really just come up with a plan for the future. Look inward and come up with a plan.
How long did it take early in the offseason? Because I remember you were pretty confident at the end of last year that, locker cleanout day, that you were going to be back soon.
Yeah. I knew I was going to be back soon. The timeline of the recovery would have brought me back for OTAs, and the Dolphins had told me that going into training. So, that was my goal the whole time, getting better every day.
It seemed like he was going through injury. That's probably why he was playing bad. Going through injury. But this is nothing new in regards to Austin Jackson, to be honest. Injuries, nothing new.
And looking inward, just what did you find? What did you discover about yourself?
More so when I say looking inward, it's like you don't get a lot of outside validation from playing. So it's like I don't get to go play a game and people tell me, oh, you played well. Looking inward is just finding the confidence in, my training, that I'll be back to my usual self when I get out there.
Austin, earlier today when we were talking with Mike McDaniel about you, he had mentioned, and this was a reference to early in your career, Austin heard the labels and he excelled beyond that.
Yeah.
And kind of shed those labels. What do you remember about that time? How did you take it when people were maybe critical of you?
Well, I'm a very simple guy, so I wasn't playing well. And I took that as I needed to play better, get better. Simple as that. Now, some people not believe in me? Sure. But I always believe in myself and my work ethic, so I was ready.
This is a big offseason for Patrick Paul. He's going to be starting on the other side. What have you seen from him in his development in the second season?
He's been really consistent in his training, which is really good for a young player. And especially for him last year to this year, he lost a little bit of weight and has still been able to maintain his strength. So that's another big jump that tackles have to adjust to when they come into the league.
Hey, when Patrick Paul, when he pulling this year, y'all be careful, man. That boy, he gonna put people on their back, man. I'm telling you, he gonna put people on their back.
A couple of things, sorry, Boo. You're not wearing a brace or a sleeve on your knee, or
Shout out to my boy Jacoby. He in the building. Was good.
Is there any significance to that?
I've always hated playing in knee braces. You know, even in college they give us knee braces, and I would beg my coach to take them off for game day. But yeah, I'm healthy. I don't need it. If I need it, I'll know. My body will tell me. But so far, I've been great.
And people.
So if we see Austin Jackson out there with the knee brace, it's over. It's over. That's the key indication. If you got a knee brace on, it's done. It is done.
Said that this is your room now, the offensive line room. Is that accurate? And how does it feel to have that bestowed on you?
It's really Stephen Ross's room. No.
What does that mean?
Right. But no, I definitely do agree. I am the older player in the room now. You know, Armstead was that guy for us for a while, for me. And I think now with the younger guys coming in and me myself having more confidence in the system, you know, I definitely can help anybody who's looking to do what we do the right way.
Do you think that my question?
But y'all let me know, do y'all view Austin Jackson as a leader? Do the other old linemen on the team view Austin Jackson as a leader? It's just a question. You know, maybe Austin Jackson is taking that role of being a leader, just like Teron Armstead. Maybe he is. Who knows? But we're going to see. We're going to see. But the way I want you to lead is by your play. Lead by example, by your play. You don't have to be vocal. Don't worry about yelling at the players. None of that. I don't care about that. When you go out there, I want you to put people on their back. That's how I know you're being a good leader. That's all I want to see.
Question a little bit, so I'll rephrase it as: do you see your role shifting a little bit with Teron Nagana's mentor in addition to starting right tackle?
Oh, you said my role?
Yeah, your role.
Okay. Yeah, it is changing a little bit because, you know, like usually people go to Armstead for stuff, ask him questions, you know, but now they come ask me, so it's cool. I appreciate it. Make sure I'm at my best, giving advice. And really just making sure I'm leading by example. You know, I don't ever want to say one thing and do the other. So,
like, Austin Jackson, please. Like, we got a lot of young guys in this room now. A lot of young guys. So they're going to be looking up to you. If you go out there and you get murdered by, who could I use? Jalen Carter. You get pancaked. And the other players see that. You know, that's going to give them less confidence in regards to, hey, if Austin Jackson get hurt, are we going to go through the same thing? Are we going to get murked just like that by Jalen Carter? You know, we got to see that you're able to handle anybody in the NFL. You know, I've seen Austin Jackson beat some good people before. You know, but I've seen some other times in regards to where, you know, Austin Jackson, he could be had. You know, but I want to see the more consistent Austin Jackson for me to have confidence in regards to him being at right tackle for the Miami Dolphins. You know, because if Austin Jackson work, this offense is going to work. To be honest. Everybody else I'm cool with. Everybody else. Jonah, I think he's going to be at least an average player his first year. At least average. Aaron Brewer, he's going to be a great center. James Daniels, I know he's gonna be an adequate guard. You know, Austin Jackson, he's iffy at right tackle. Patrick Paul, he's iffy at left tackle. You know, so we're gonna see. The O-line gonna run through him. He gonna have no choice but to lead through his play. Exactly. Exactly. You know, if Austin Jackson play good, I know them other rookies gonna go out there and like, oh, Austin Jackson, he doing that out there. Oh yeah, I could do that too. You know, Jonah, he probably gonna be right next to Jonah, the new guard that we got in the draft. He's gonna be right next to him. You know, so if Jonah got a question, he probably gonna ask maybe Aaron Brewer before he asks Austin Jackson, because I feel like Aaron Brewer, he already up on that level in regards to being that leader of the old line. You know, right now, I don't think Austin Jackson's the leader. I think Aaron Brewer the leader of the O-line, me personally. For each position, you know, Austin Jackson, he probably the leader in regards to tackles, you know, and Patrick Paul. But the whole O-line in general, I think everybody follow behind Aaron Brewer. Surprisingly enough, the smallest O-lineman on the team. That's the person we following behind. Surprisingly enough, man. But hey, hopefully Austin Jackson, he does do his thing this year. Hopefully.
Do you have enough room at your place to host the O-line meal?
Yes, I do. But I'd like the idea of us like getting on the water or something. I don't know, like, you know, Mastros or something. But we'll see.
Why is that? Why on the water?
It's nice. Just looks nice, especially out here in Florida. Yeah, it's just a good dinner by the water. Makes me ready for the next day.
By the water, not like on the water. You first said that, I'm thinking like a boat.
Yeah, you thinking a boat? No, I'm thinking by the water.
Okay.
On the water is probably better though. That's a better idea. But I was thinking like by the water.
The one you had on the beach?
That's a great one.
Oh, okay.
That's a great one. The Fort Lauderdale one is on the water as well. But yeah.
Austin, what have you noticed from Chop in his second spring camp so far?
Oh yeah, he's playing very well. He's playing very well in his second spring. He's been a lot more active with his hands.
Okay.
Playing more physical. He looks a lot more confident, comfortable than his rookie year.
Okay.
And you know, he's definitely looks like he's gonna make that big second year jump that, you know, we want to see. Coaches want to see, whatever.
Okay, that sounds like
you're not live in full contact. How would you kind of?
That sounds like at least 10 sacks right there for Chop. At least 10 based on what he said. And that means he getting his ass beat by Chop Robinson in practice. That's what that means. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Evaluate your live reps today against Chop and the rest of the defense.
How would I evaluate them? I would evaluate them as, you know, some things are good, some things to get better at. Right at this time, it would be a detriment to myself if I focused on us not having pads. So, you know, we kind of just do our thing and go with it and focus on the main thing, which is winning, productivity.
AJ, the vibe around here, I know this league is a business, and you've got Jalen Ramsey taking care of business, Jonnu Smith taking care of business. You guys are coming off of a losing season. How is this the same vibe? Is it more optimistic, a little more down? How would you describe the vibe around here?
I would say it's optimistic. Optimistic because we didn't get the outcome we wanted as a team, you know, last year. No playoffs, no. I think we had a losing record for most of the year, finished the losing record. So the feeling is optimistic and hardworking, man. Everyone just wants to get better, you know, and the business stuff is the business stuff. We can't do much with that. We don't know how that's going to play out. But for the guys that are there right now, it's like we're very optimistic that whoever's on the field is doing the right thing so we can win.
This morning, Coach talked about Tua's.
Yeah, no Jalen Ramsey. Y'all boys serious right now? No Jalen Ramsey? Sick, dog. Sick.
Ownership of just everything with the organization, not just his job as the quarterback. I'm curious what you've noticed from that, from your perspective, and how valuable it is to have a quarterback that can really point things out across the entire field.
Very valuable. You know, Tua in year 6, he's definitely a lot more confident and decisive on and off the field. You know, he knows what people are supposed to be doing in terms of training. He knows what we're doing on the field. He knows how to take care of his body. He knows how to unite guys, bring us together for, you know, team camaraderie and stuff, just to get together. He's you know, he's a full-blown leader, and I think he's showing that he wants to take control of his team, and he is.
James Daniels not quite ready to be out
Okay.
there yet in practice. What are the ways that you guys as an O-line can sort of build some chemistry even when he's not on the practice field yet?
Well, right now, I would say the way is the meeting rooms. We watch a lot of film together, and he is an older player, so he has had a lot of experience playing in NFL games, so he can get the concepts a little more. He can gain the concepts faster. But the meeting room is the main way we kind of gel, so that training camp we can be full speed.
Last question.
The rookie, Jonas Savaiinat. Savaiinat? All right, what have you seen from him? Jonah, JS. What have you seen from JS so far?
He showed up every day just ready to work. I mean, he's very, very physical, very fast guy, and he gets better every day. I think he'll be great in the system.
That's all I needed to hear. That's it. Jonah, that's one of my guys right there, man. I think Jonah gonna be a dog, man. It's Samoan eye, man. I think he gonna be a dog. I'm not gonna lie. I love Jonah. But shout out to Austin Jackson. Much love to him. Hopefully he play good this year. That's what we're hoping for. Next we got Jalen Wright. I really want to be right about this one, but we went and got Ollie Gordon. I don't know how Jalen Wright feeling about this one. Being in a running back by committee room. One of these days, one of these running backs in our room will be traded. I think this year, I know it's not A-Chain. I know it's not going to be Ollie Gordon. Jalen Wright, I highly doubt that one as well. So probably going to be Alexander Madison. He might find his way out of Miami because you barely going to get carries with these guys. Barely, to be honest. So let's hear what Jalen Wright has to say. Maybe he in his feelings about that Ollie Gordon pick. I don't think so. I think he don't even care. He seems like he don't even care at all about the Ollie Gordon pick. It don't. When that Ollie Gordon pick happened, I was like, man, I feel bad for Jalen Wright. They're doing that boy wrong. There's other running backs he could have took that are not similar to Jalen Wright, but I do see some similarities in regards to their playing style. Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon, I do see some similarities. So let's check out what Jalen Wright had to say.
Dan, you think it took a pretty good day to have a good day, right? You're up here talking. I saw you make some nice runs. What did you think of how you did today out there?
I mean, I was just trying to just execute to my full capability, to be detailed in what I'm doing, and just letting it all work out and, let my ability show.
What is the key for you to get snaps this year? Because we know HN is probably, running back number one. We know Madison was brought in for short yardage. Ollie Gordon got drafted. What do you have to do to get snaps this year, do you think?
I mean, just do whatever I can, do what the coach asked me to do. Just stay locked in, stay poised. Just follow my responsibilities, do them right, and, just let everything play out how it's supposed to play out.
What have coaches kind of...
Good answer. It seemed like Jalen Wright, I don't know how to say it, bruh. He not anxious, but it's just like, it's whatever to him. He know that he can't really do nothing about it. So he just going to try to be the best running back that he can be. So them carries that you're going to get from Jalen Wright, they're going to be explosive. Sometimes when you don't use a running back, once you give him that one carry, you're like, damn, that boy took off on that carry. A lot of energy exerted in that carry, So we going to see, man. I think Jalen Wright, he going to bust a few big runs this year out of nowhere. Everybody like, damn, who's that? That's what I think. So be on the lookout for Jalen Wright, man.
Conveyed to you your role should be or how you should expect to contribute this upcoming season?
I mean, what I'm gonna do, I'm just just do what I gotta do, just to be on the field. Do what I gotta do to make my plays. Whatever my opportunities, make the most of them. And just allow God, just to lead me. So.
What did you learn last season? I know there were some veterans in front of you like Raheem. We know you have speed. We know you can catch the ball. What did you learn about yourself and about being in the NFL last season?
I just learned just the league. I mean, just getting the speed of the game. Just controlling what I can control out there on the field. Just making the best of my opportunities. I mean, I learned a lot from the guys in front of me. I learned a lot from Raheem. Learned a lot from Devon. So I mean, it's good, have those guys and to be in a room with those type of guys. Just to, just go out there and ball. So.
Back-to-back days, you guys practice outside in the rain, right? What's the value in that, and how much do you remember doing that last year? If this is a big increase in getting those reps?
Yes, I mean, it's very good that we practice in the rain because we're in South Florida. It can rain anytime, so I mean, it can rain anytime in the game. I'm glad we did stay outside. We didn't go inside.
I'm gonna show y'all what they talking about real quick.
Rain today, OTA. Coach McDaniel right here. Out here in the rain today, OTA. Little cake-offs right here, stretch action. All right, I see Jalen Phillips in line.
If you had won a playoff game last year, them boys wouldn't be out here doing this. Mike McDaniel, he not playing. He being more strict now. He know this is the year. So whatever he say, go. Whatever he say, go.
That's a good sign. I see Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips.
Who's that, Channing? Okay, rare sighting right here. Okay, Channing. We hoping that you can find yourself on this team this year. We hoping.
Seeing both those guys out here. All right, here we go. Over here, I see a little Jalen Waddle.
There go Tyreek. It's like he not practicing.
Tyreek Hill. All right.
But it seems like them boys cool. It seems like they have a pretty good relationship. Okay.
Don't look like the rain's bothering any of these guys. Smiles out here. They look just as fast in the rain as they do.
There go Tyreek Hill and his son. Tyreek Hill's son came to practice today. Okay. He getting ready. He might join the Dolphins this year. If we lose Tyreek, we got Tyreek Jr. right here. Put him in, coach.
Sunny, hot weather. All right. Coach McDaniel right here. Out here in the rain today.
That's pretty cool right there, man. Yeah, work with your dad at Dolphins practice. That's pretty cool right there. Pretty cool. Man, he don't even know what he doing, man. Ain't he supposed to be at school or something? That's crazy. There go Armstrong right there. Henning, I forgot where Henning came from. I forgot what school. Yeah, man. Let's get back to Jalen Wright.
We needed those reps in the water, so that's good that we did that.
Jalen, how many pounds did you add since the end of last season, and was there a conscious effort on your part to get stronger or bigger?
It's just me in the off season, just working hard in the off season, working on my body. I probably added about probably 6 pounds. I lost a lot of body fat. I gained a lot of muscle. That's why it might look like I'm a little bigger, but yeah, just off season, just working hard, focusing on my body, just getting prepared for the season. So
yeah, he about to run through people this year. I don't care what y'all say. Be careful when you see this guy running at you, bro. He gonna bulldoze you, dog. Like he got something to him. Like pretty broad shoulders. He look like he a good 210, 215, solid muscle. So Jalen Wright, man, it's gonna hurt trying to tackle him. It's gonna definitely hurt. So make sure you wrap up. If you don't wrap up, he gonna truck you for sure.
Coach talked this morning about the value of being in a competitive running back room last year. What did you take from that in terms of the competition and how it kind of helps you here in your second season?
We're competing. When it comes to camp, competing against each other. We all doing good. We all rooting for each other. It's nothing like that. But it's good competition. It's good to have good running backs in the room. So it's nobody slacking, nobody, feeling like it's good to have competition and just work. So I like to have competition. It makes me work harder.
Something that you have told or would tell Ollie Gordon is kind of like an inside tip as a rookie for how to have success, especially in this scheme.
It's a process. Just as a rookie, it's not going to come when you want it to come. I mean, it may. It's a process. Just staying patient. It's a long season. I'm just speaking for what I've experienced. It's a long season, and take care of your body. Because you never know when the opportunity's gonna come. So.
And he's not gonna tell Ollie nothing. Him and Ollie, they in the same spot right now. To be honest, man, it's gonna be interesting to see who wins out that specific battle right there. Ollie Gordon versus Jalen Wright. I feel like Jalen Wright, he has a chance, but Ollie Gordon is, at one point everybody thought Ollie Gordon was gonna be a first round running back. Nobody never said that about Jalen Wright. But I do think Jalen Wright, he got that mindset to the point where he gonna compete and he gonna earn his carries. Maybe Ollie Gordon being a rookie may cause him to be like, I'm probably not gonna get these carries. I might well just let Jalen Wright do his thing and I could still learn this offense. But Jalen Wright, he gonna pop off, man. It's just gonna take one big game, over 100 yards, one touchdown, maybe two. He gonna explode one game and he gonna show the NFL that he's a pretty good running back. I'm telling you.
Is there a specific relationship that you value the most from last year? Someone who, took you under their wing and really showed you the way?
Probably Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson was a guy that, talked to me, when I was down, got me back up, very good mentor. I wish the best for Jeff. It hurts to see him, leave, because that was a guy, I really liked. I like everybody, but Jeff was like an older brother to me. So he took me under his wing, showed me the ropes, how this NFL league stuff go, and just how to be successful in this league. So
you got a lot of playing time early, and then sort of playing time disappeared for you. Did you ever get a reason why and what they needed to see from you during that stretch?
I'm not gonna say I got it. It is what it is. Things happen. Like I said, control what I can control. I'm not gonna speak too far on that stuff. That's last year, so that's in the past. So control what I can control, and just be ready for that opportunity. So.
Yeah, shout out to Jalen Wright. I'm gonna check out his stats real quick. Jalen Wright stats. See what he did. Game log. Against New England, he had 13 carries. Interesting. 86 yards, 6.6 average. Pretty good right there. Very good. This game horrible. 6 carries, -4 yards. What the O-line was doing this game. Horrible. Hideous right here. Hideous. So even with loaded backfield last year, he still got 68 carries. I think Jalen Wright is going over 100 this year. He has to. So over 100, I could see him hitting like 400, 500 yards rushing touchdowns. He gonna get at least 2 this year. At least 2 from Jalen Wright. If he don't get 2, the Dolphins don't mess with him this year. They don't like him. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think Jalen Wright, he gonna pop off 1 or 2 plays and show the NFL that he gonna be a good running back for years to come. I know that for a fact. Next person I got is, let me see here. Waddle. Got our boy Waddle, man. Let's see what he got to say.
Off a losing season, you got the Jalen Ramsey drama. Now Jonnu Smith has some contract things. What is the vibe around here? Is it kind of weird? Is it still positive? How would you describe the vibe?
Pretty regular. I mean, everybody that's here working, we do know that it's a business, and people be having different business things going on. But no, we've been solid. Keeping the main thing, and just working, man.
The different energy that he was just describing, are you feeling any of that as well on your side of the ball?
Definitely. I think defense doing a good job of, making it competitive every day, making us work for everything, and just bringing that swag, man. They got a lot of swag on that side of the ball, forcing the offense to come with it. So when you have that type of, back and forth, it just makes the.
Where that swag coming from, though? Jalen Ramsey, I don't know if he out there practicing. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure about that. But who got that swag back there that's making practice hard for you in the DB room? Is it 5-2? Maybe Storm Duck is giving Jalen Waddle a run for his money. Maybe Storm Duck is giving Tyreek Hill a little bit of a run for his money as well. So, hey, who knows? I'm just putting two and two together based off what I heard from both of them. So that could be the case, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see this year.
The days go by easier and really just overall good for the team.
About those guys making it tough on you. I've heard from several of the guys that they feel further along this year because the second year in the defense. From an offensive perspective, how have you seen the defense kind of expand where it was a year ago?
I mean, it seemed like they all over the place, man. It seemed like they all connected. They playing together. They all playing on the rope. They're communicating good on the backside.
Look, you're not actually going to get anything done by watching another YouTube video. In fact, you're literally only
Man, they just overall look good on all three levels, man.
I saw a press conference with Jamar, Chase, and T. Martin. T.
Higgins.
T. Martin, you know that.
That's another generation.
That boy said T. Martin. Come on, man. Hey, who let them reporters in there, man? Who is that? I think that's not Barry. I doubt that's Barry.
Asked T. Higgins about being the best number 2 receiver in the NFL, and Jamar jumped in and he was like, he's no number 2 receiver, something to that effect. Do you feel like you're the number 2 receiver here, or there's
Good
a
question.
sense that like when Tyreek moves on, you'll emerge as the clear number 1? Do you think of yourself as 1B or 2? How do you think of yourself?
I just go out there and do my job, man.
Hey, good job by Waddle for not answering that. Good job, man.
Whatever they ask me to do, I just go out there and do it. Try to do it at a high level.
That's
and
it.
consistent. I don't look at 1, 2. We got a lot of great players that can make a lot of plays that try to get the ball to. So when they call my number, I just try to make a play.
We saw
There
that
you
practice
go.
last week where you made a lot of downfield catches. This is a period in the offseason where Tyreek isn't back yet and Jonnu isn't here. How do you approach a practice like that? Like you're going to get yours when the ball's coming to you.
Approach it as any other day. I don't think it really so much matter who's on the field, who's not on the field. Just go out there and work, man. Approach it. I'm trying to get better each and every day, trying to make the other side better each and every day. So it's not really a different approach. I think just overall offense approach to offseason has been pretty good. You good?
We see you quite a bit at Panther games. Have you become a hockey fan, or do you enjoy the atmosphere when you're in the playoffs?
I do. I'm gonna go to finals. I think I'm their good luck charm because I don't think they've lost since I've been. So I think they need to invite me sometime soon. Important.
Funny that he said that. Look where he was at. That was right there, lit with them boy. Crazy, man. They love Waddle. Every time Waddle pull up, they win. Every time Waddle pull up, them boys win, man. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna pull up to one of these games too. I be forgetting about the Panthers, but I'm gonna definitely pull up to one of their games, bro. Most definitely. Let's get back to Waddle.
Game. Because I think they pretty undefeated when I'm there. So Panthers today, I'll be waiting.
quick follow-up is when you see the success they're having, second consecutive Stanley Cup final appearance, does it get into your mind of like, where would it be?
Third. Don't shortchange him now. Don't shortchange him now. Third now.
Third final, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. You a hockey fan?
That's a Canadian guy.
Did you put that thought in your mind of like, where would it be if we could experience anywhere near that kind of success?
Oh yeah, they definitely bring an urge to the city. They bring excitement to the city. Every professional sport in the city is just like they pretty much the standard with all that they accomplished over the past year. So it's definitely like a fire under us to try to match them.
McDaniel said earlier today he's excited about 2025 for you because of how you're attacking your craft. What's your vision for this year?
He got happy. Oh, I'm getting more targets. That boy happy, man.
For you.
But I love this water right here. This is the water I love. The happy water. The one that's happy in regards to what his role on the offense is.
Man, just to go about my days, have the same approach every day. No matter the circumstances, just have the same approach every day. Get the ball, don't get the ball. Ups and downs. Who said that? Yeah, just the same approach. Huh? No, of course I believe Mike. Mike's the head guy, man. I love Mike. He know that.
You know how much did the result last year kind of motivate you heading into this year?
Definitely not the year that we wanted as a team. Definitely the year I didn't want as a individual. But lucky for me, we get to go back. Same quarterback, same head coach, OC, and running back, man. I think the foundation that we set in here in OTA is going to really help us training camp and lead us to the season.
Is there one or two things maybe that you're working on in particular this offseason?
Oh, man, it was a lot, man. A lot after watching the film, definitely. A lot of hand-eye. I feel like I'm trying to move without the ball too much. And just the simple things, just timing, getting smoother, in and out my routes. Yeah, pretty much that.
I saw you juggling a little bit earlier. Was that you trying to work on that hand-eye coordination?
Oh, nah, man. RP brought like a whole, thing over here that we do. And he was challenging us to learn how to juggle. I learned how to juggle in like 2-3 days. I'm just saying, anybody can beat that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I was TikToking and some more stuff about this juggling. RP challenged us to learn. So, yeah, man, that's actually pretty fun. I'm trying to learn some new techniques, actually.
Yeah, I've been hearing that the receivers have been wearing like glasses to help them catch the ball better. That's what I've been hearing. And I'm guessing they juggling as well. So that's pretty good techniques I'm hearing from the receiving room. So maybe Coach Prince, he's actually doing his thing as the new receiving coach. Wes Welker, I ain't hear Wes Welker doing that last year. Did not hear that. But it seems like with this receiver coach, he's paying attention to detail. Got them boys juggling, just out of the ordinary things, but they're very helpful in regards to what the boys got to do as receivers. So very smart by him. Very smart.
What are the glasses, Jay, that you guys put on those?
They flash? Yeah, they like flash and they different levels. Another thing they help with hand-eye. I really don't know how to describe them for real. Like, it's just make it real hard to catch.
Was it raining too? So was it even hard?
Extremely hard.
You mentioned in one answer trying to also help the other side get them better. What have you seen from these young corners as far as how they're trying to progress going into this year?
Man, they look extremely good. Man, I'm not going to lie to y'all. They're making it really tough on the receivers.
Okay.
Playing true to their technique. I think they're doing a good job of taking what they're doing individual over to when we go with the team. Man, they look really, really good. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. And we're going to need them to step up and be key for us. So I'm happy that they're doing extremely good.
If anyone knows,
I'm going to take that for a grain of salt. I got to see it in like the preseason or when I go out there for a training camp, I got to see it. I gotta see it.
Those Tua the best on this team? You know, obviously you played at Alabama with him 2018,
I'm excited
2019.
about this question.
Does his mindset this year look any different than per usual in the last couple of years going into the season?
Man, he's just excited to play, man. I think all of us are. He looked confident coming out with, different swag, got dye in his hair and some more stuff. So, man, he looked like he's just eager to play, man.
What about his play? What about his play? Just because Tua dyed his hair don't mean that he gonna ball out. Like, come on, Waddle. Waddle couldn't even say anything good about his play. Did his arm get stronger? Could he buy more time in the pocket? That's what we really want to know. That's what we really want to know. Not his hair turning purple, green, yellow, whatever it is. We want to know if he's going to be playing good this year. That's what we really want to know. That's the main question. Main question.
Coach Prince, just how has he been so far? What is he like? Kind of talk to us about what he's done for.
RP, he's just bringing a different dynamic to the room. He's making us work on and off the field. Meeting room is, you got to be on your P's and Q's. He asks you something that, from 2 weeks ago. So RP's been great for us. We love him a lot. We loved all the challenges that he give us daily and weekly. So yeah, RP doing a great job.
What's the juggler supposed to teach you?
Hand-eye, a lot, bro. I'm talking about a lot. It's really tough. I ain't think juggling, but I learned in 2 days. If I ain't tell y'all that. I ain't tell y'all that. I learned in 2 days. If I didn't tell y'all that. 2 days.
You're proud of that, aren't you?
Hey, I'm telling you.
One thing about Waddle, he competitive. He competitive, so he gonna learn something off the rip. Definitely off the rip. Next, who I got for y'all, Patrick Paul. Let's check out what he gotta say. Teron Armstead, he out the door.
This year as the starting
We
left
hoping that
tackle.
he
How
could
much
live up
different
to
are
what
things
we
for you
want him
now?
to be. But I don't know, man. I don't know. He showed flashes last year. He did. But this year, we're hoping that he could go up against anybody and beat him. Whatever DN go up against him, he should be able to beat him. He has the size. You 6'8", you got long ass arms. He should be able to be a formidable left tackle in the NFL. I got trust and belief, especially with our O-line coach, Butch Barry. He gonna make it work with Patrick Paul. He will make it work.
As far as difference, coming in last year, I had T-Sted in front of me, which I knew that coming in that I was going to be the guy to go next and learn from him and have him as my mentor. So this year's just different, coming in and trying to grow into that role and be the guy for this team. And yeah, it's been good. It's a work in progress.
Do you feel much pressure?
No, not really. I'm built for this.
Okay.
Always been ready for the moment, and that's why I play football, to compete at the highest level and to be the best at my job. So I'm ready.
We heard about how you were here all throughout the early part of the offseason.
He's standing there confident. That boy not playing. Okay, Patrick Paul. Shoulders, bras. That boy standing. I like that right there. I do like that, man.
Like even before the part that's labeled or offseason workouts, what did you gain from all those extra offseason reps?
Honestly, it's been great. Just really gelling and getting to know this whole area, getting to know this facility, working on my body, working on my craft, being with this staff here throughout the time, the strength staff, and learning my body and growing into my body. It's been good. I've been here the whole time just training and definitely seen a lot of improvement.
It looked like he lost a lot of weight. It seemed like Miami Dade was making all the old linemen lose body fat so they could be better movers out there for the offense. That's what it seemed like.
So, yeah.
Patrick, we've seen Teron here a little bit, even though he's retired, still giving you advice.
Yeah.
What's he telling you about what you can look forward to in year 2?
Yeah, he can't leave here alone, but yeah, he swung by, and it was like he never left, just out here coaching me up on the little details that, he sees in my game. So honestly, just telling me that I'm built for it, I'm ready for it, and just being someone that
I can look to for advice, and being someone I know who supports me all the way.
Having someone like that say you're ready for it, that's got to be a pretty good confidence builder.
It is. Yeah, we've been in this thing since last year, so he knows me more than anybody. So
When you're out at the grocery store or Target or something like that, not everybody might know exactly who you are just yet. So I'm just curious, what do people say to you? What do they ask you? What's the thing you hear all the time?
do you play basketball? That's their favorite one. You play basketball? I'm like, no. And then, it goes from there. They keep guessing. And then I'm like, oh, you play football? What position? Linebacker. I'm like,
Linebacker. 6'8", 6'9" linebacker. Some people are crazy as hell, man. There's probably a female that probably said that. No way a dude said that. No way.
I'm like, so, definitely trying to get to the point that my name's known. Yes, sir. I wouldn't lie to you. I wouldn't sit up here and lie. No, I can't. No.
Bro, you that tall, you can't hoop? No way, bro. No way. You got the same wingspan as LeBron James and you can't hoop. You don't even got to jump to put up a layup and you can't hoop. Patrick Paul, please stop capping. Stop capping. I'll put you straight at center. And you should be a decent center, especially at your size. But there's some point guards bigger than Patrick Paul in the NBA now. Most definitely. You can consider Joe Kick a point guard, kind of. But he could also play in the board as well. Center, power forward, all that.
One of the things T-Stead said at his retirement party was that the room is now Austin's in a leadership sense. How have you seen him kind of grow as a leader?
I mean, Austin, he's here every day. He works. He leads by example every single day, and he's the standard setter. And even ever since my rookie year, I've seen that. I've seen him day in and day out come in and compete and do his job at the highest level. So all respect towards him.
Mike told us you've surprised some defenders with some of the things they've seen from you. What do you think are some of those things that you've kind of added that are catching people by surprise?
Maybe the speed for how big I am. That might throw people off. You see someone who's 6'.
Yeah, Patrick Paul, he could low-key move. Yeah, boy, keep playing. Patrick Paul, he can move. You could put up film right now. Man. That's what I'm saying. I think we're going to run the ball a lot with what we got. Hopefully nobody get injured by using them too much. In space. Let me see here. Just getting the media right now. 1 second.
Take a look at this play. The defense is running a stunt on the left side of the offensive line.
Not the one I wanted. I'm looking for something where he's pulling. So y'all can see, like, Patrick Paul, he could move in space. He could most definitely move in space. Just not seeing the video. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. So let's go back to Patrick Paul.
7, a lot of weight coming at you. You might be shocked. So I'd say that.
I remember when you got drafted last year, there was a lot of talk about development and kind of, refine the technique. I'm curious if there was a point, whether it was last year or sometime this offseason, where it kind of clicked, where the technique did kind of come into focus, and how maybe that changed the way you approach practice once you felt things kind of clicked that way.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think I just matured in my game, and that just comes with time. I think offensive line is an art, and as you go day by day, you're just going to keep fine-tuning your skills, and one day it's just going to click. Everything that we do out here day by day is just going to start getting easier, and I think I've reached that point where I know what it is and know what they expect from me, and I know how to do it daily.
You said a lot of weight a bit ago. I know you lost some weight this offseason.
Yeah.
Where are you now? What's your goal weight for the season?
About 320. My goal weight is to just stay here, just keep fine.
320. I don't know, y'all. I think that might be a little bit too light. I want to see him at like 330, especially since he's 6'8". 330, man. 320? Yeah, he definitely looked like he 320 now that he's saying that.
Fine tuning, get my six pack ready for the season, and just keep on keeping on.
Six pack. Okay, that boy flexing. That boy is flexing, man. But shout out to Patrick Paul. Definitely gonna be a good player for the Dolphins. At least average, in my opinion. At least average. Shout out to him. Next, we got Tyrell Dotson, linebacker. Expected to be the starter. But he got a lot of linebacking threats behind him. KJ Britt, Willie Gay, he been popping off at practice using his speed to his advantage. KJ Britt, he got that dog mentality. I know, like, he's showing like he a threat. He got number 3 at linebacker, so they obviously have a lot of respect for him. Tyrell Dotson, he got a single digit number as well, I think, right? I do think so. But let's hear what Tyrell Dotson got to say. I do think he's the best linebacker, not named Jordan Brooks in the linebacker room, but I do think there's some upside there in regards to Willie Gay overtaking Tyrell Dotson's spot. Same thing with KJ Britt, but we still don't know yet. We still don't know, but we're going to see what this linebacking competition going to look like. We're going to see. But let's hear what Tyrell Dotson got to say.
Linebackers, loaded room, maybe the deepest unit on the team. What do you do with that? How can inside linebackers control a game or win a game for a defense and for a team?
Yeah, you can lose a game, you can win a game just off of the communication. Communication has to be at an all-time high at all times. So if me and JV aren't on the same page, that's a bomb over our head. And just with the run game, this defense is built off the inside linebacker. So if you can't stop the run or cover the pass, you're gonna have a long day.
Carl, you were a UFA for a very brief period of time this offseason.
We know Jordan Brooks could cover the pass. We know that for a fact because that boy, he was getting picks like it was nothing. As soon as he came to the Dolphins, he was getting pick after pick after pick. It was like weird in regards to how he was getting all these picks, but hey, we're not gonna complain about it. Come into this year and do the same thing, bro. Do the same thing. We're gonna love you over here. I think he could get at least 2 picks next year. At least 2 watch. I'm telling y'all right now.
Was the goal always to come back here? Did you instruct your agent, make it work with the Dolphins?
Yeah, I just wanted to go to the best option available. At the end of the day, I'm a businessman, and this was the best spot for me, business-wise. And I'm here now, excited to work with Weave, and and Joe B, and ready to get
that boy said Weaver.
This ball rolling.
Several players have indicated that something seems different at this time, maybe a different vibe, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, man, it's just like when you come to work, you gotta be serious about work, because everyone else around you are depending on you to make plays, and this is how I eat, this is how I feed my family. My mom and my girlfriend, my cute little dog back home. This is how they eat. So just a sense of urgency as well. We gotta go. There's no more waiting. There's no more waiting in line. You gotta be the first man up, and you gotta go make plays when your name's called.
No, what does it say that this team practiced outdoors in the rain at this point, OTAs, as opposed to going inside?
Yeah, you're in Miami. If you can't practice in the rain, you can't practice at all. You know what I'm saying? You can't play here. So just getting used to that environment here. It rains in Miami, so you got to practice in the rain.
When you talked about the connectivity and the communication being so imperative, I thought today it looked like there was some coverage stacks. You guys are playing well, connected on the backside. You kind of have a unique perspective because you got here mid-season, and I guess I can't really ask you to compare it to last offseason, but how would you say the defense has kind of grown in terms of where you were when you got here and kind of the end of the year to where it is now with all this OTA participation and kind of be on the same page now?
Yeah. One word, I just think as one. Like, we're just been moving as one. We don't care what people say. We don't care if we don't have who and who and who. We're here to work. And no matter if you're a third string, first string, fifth string, undrafted, first round, if you're out there, I'm expecting Joe B's expecting you to make plays. So no matter who you are, you just gotta be accountable and you gotta go. You gotta come ready to play. So, and the guys, our energy is different this year, man. You know, coming in last year mid-season, it's just the energy is just different. We're just moving as one. You know.
You mentioned
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good to hear that from Tyrell. Sounds real good, but we gonna see. We gonna see.
Go ahead, Trey.
Yeah, you mentioned the linebackers, the defense kind of flowing to the linebackers. What can you guys do to help accelerate that process of learning and expand the defensive menu?
Yeah, I mean, it's more of like just hanging out. You know, it's just like a relationship. When a person doesn't hear your voice a lot, and you try to correct them, they're gonna naturally just disagree with you. But when you have that dialogue with each other, you know, each and every day, like a relationship, like your wife or anything like that, you know, the tone and the voice is more familiar, where you're willing to take criticism, you're willing to take more information. So that's like that's what we've been building. We've been going to dinner and stuff like that. So just creating that dialogue.
You mentioned Weave's expectations a bit ago, half a year, half off season. How would you describe his leadership coaching style?
Yeah, Weave is like my uncle, bro. Like he's very strict. He likes to have fun, but like at the end of the day, we gotta make plays. You know what I'm saying? No one comes out there and runs the ball on us and have big plays on us. I mean, he's a consistent guy, and he just coaches the mindset. So being ready every day.
Shout out to Tyrell Dotson. You know, it's his job to lose in regards to the second linebacking spot. If he loses it, then I think he done.
You guys are coming off a
I think he done. To be honest, man. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments about that one. Let me see what I got for y'all next. We just got more stuff from the Dolphins camp. Chop Robinson, he got that orange jersey. I seen this one coming for sure. Definitely seen this one coming. Based off how last year ended, and based off of what everybody else been saying, you know, in their press conferences about Chop Robinson. I know he out there causing havoc, bro. I know he giving both of our tackles a hard time. Patrick Paul giving him a hard time. Austin Jackson giving him a hard time. You know, plus that 44 just fit him perfectly, man. Plus that boy got confidence out there. That boy got confidence, man. Shout out to Chop. Shout out to Chop. Here we got Jordan Brooks. Putting some work. Like he got a little bigger as well. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Thicker thighs. Good shuffle. Good hit. Bam. Willie Gay came right after him. Yeah, them boys really practicing in the rain. But shout out to Jordan Brooks. Right here, you have Devon A-Chain. That boy looks smooth in this little route right here. Watch that boy move. Ooh. Bam. Give me that. A-Chain about to go crazy. I'm telling y'all right now. A-Chain about to go crazy this year. Just as long as he's still healthy, he gonna go crazy. He gonna go stupid. But we do have Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright right there that ran right next to him. So we're going to see who carves out the most carries in that running back room. We're going to see. Right here we have Willie Gay Jr. here at linebacker. Let's check him out. Looks like Willie Gay added on some size himself, to be honest. Looks like he definitely did that. But one thing I like about Willie Gay, man, he definitely gonna bring that thump. He gonna lay that wood. Watch. Y'all gonna hear that big hitting noise. Like, damn, who did that? It's gonna be Willie Gay Jr. Either he getting playing time or he playing special teams, in my honest opinion. All right. Here we got this graphic. Can the Miami Dolphins change the narrative in 2025? 60-4 against teams below 500, 1-10 against teams above 500. You know, this year, this better go to 3. That's all I'm gonna say. This better go to 3. Better go to 3. If not, then I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say, man. Cameron Wolf on Jonnu Smith contract situation. This Jonnu Smith situation is all about the money. He's coming off of a franchise best season for a tight end in Miami, and he wants to get paid. Both sides want to be back in Miami. So some people have been speculating in regards to Jonnu Smith wanting to get more money, and he's willing to go to a different team to get that money. And the Steelers been calling in to check up on Jonnu Smith's status. You know, it doesn't make sense. They have a lot of tight ends in their room, you know, but they did also just trade away Pickens, you know. But would Jonnu Smith fix all your problems at receiver if you're Pittsburgh? You know, it just depends, man. It just depends. But I don't think that Jonnu Smith would fix their problem. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they want to see Jonnu Smith alongside with DK. That could be the thing, but I doubt that. All right, here we have Chris Sims. He gonna talk about the Jonnu Smith situation as well. We're gonna see what he has to say about it.
McDaniel, on the possibility of a trade that would send Jonnu Smith to the Steelers. I think at last count they were talking about a trade. And then Drew Rosenhaus came out and said Jonnu Smith would love to stay in Miami. And then Adam Schefter reported, obviously, with his unnamed source being Drew Rosenhaus, that the talks were off. And then Schefter reported, obviously with his source being Rosenhaus, that the talks are back on. Then along the way, veteran tight end Donald Parham Jr. tears an ACL during yesterday's OTA session in Pittsburgh, creating an even – oh, it was an Achilles. Okay, Achilles. I thought it was ACL. I thought it was ACL. Are we sure? Can we check that? I thought it was ACL.
I thought it was ACL too, but either way.
I think it's ACL. Yeah. I think it's ACL. I think the story's ACL. And either way, he's out for the year. Yeah. And that's that for Donald Parham, which increases the urgency if the Steelers are thinking about bolstering the tight end position led by Pat Freiermuth. They also have Darnell Washington and a rookie, last name of Galbraith, I believe. It would make sense for them to pursue Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, no, it definitely would. Jonnu Smith, it's a weird situation. He is a guy that is a little bit of an enigma, honestly, in my mind in the NFL. And I think he's probably like that to other people, too. He's got great physical ability. He's got incredible talent, right? I mean, he can run. He's got an incredible-looking body. He's a specimen that way. Now, with all that stuff, he's – until last year, never really put together a year where you went, oh, wow, ooh, that was kind of good. Look at that. Production kind of consistently, week in, week out. He's not been that guy. I mean, we know the New England Patriots gave him big money, and it didn't work out there, right? There's some things that maybe lack in his football game, but the athletic specimen is certainly there, and he wants more. He wants more money, so let's see where that goes. But both teams could use him. I certainly could. And I'll be interested to see how this plays out and what maybe Pittsburgh will have to give up. But, yeah, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, I would be thinking about making a move to get another weapon in Jonnu Smith for sure.
I stand corrected.
It was the Achilles, huh? I don't know why. I thought I saw ACL yesterday, too.
Yeah, because that's how.
Is that what you wrote?
Some dumb shit that owns and operates the premier NFL news and information website put ACL instead of Achilles, even though it definitely.
Way to go, Courtney. Way to set him straight.
The only similarity is both start with an A. That's my defense.
Yeah, so it seems like we're gonna try to keep Jonnu Smith the best way that we know how to. I know. But I don't know. I'm hearing that the Steelers are back in it for Jonnu. That's what I'm hearing. So it's a back and forth type of thing right now. So by Friday, I think there should be an answer in regards to that, but we gonna see. We gonna see.
Both start
Well,
with
that's the last time I can go to that website and think I'm getting the right information. I got to double
a
check.
C, an A and a C. ACL, Achilles. Either way, he's out for the year. And look, we've seen guys come back from an ACL. Hell, we saw Steelers defensive back Rod Woodson tear an ACL week 1 against the Detroit Lions in 1995 and come back and play in the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. So Achilles, you're done. You're done for the year. Although, hey, Aaron Rodgers maybe wasn't done, although I think that was just a way to keep Aaron Rodgers in the headlines. Regardless, the Steelers now have a need. Even though Parham didn't play last year, he was on the Broncos practice squad. He's had an interesting career. He didn't stick on a roster coming out of college undrafted. Went to the XFL in 2020 where they stopped the season short because of the pandemic. Did enough there in a short period of time to land with the Chargers for 4 years. Became a free agent, and nobody wanted him. Broncos practice squad all year long. Signed with the Steelers earlier this year. So I don't know what they were really expecting from him, but it does increase the likelihood that they'll get in this Jonnu Smith thing. I also saw that they brought in Gabe Davis for a visit. You know, I really do think they're waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do before they make a move at receiver, because I'm convinced if Rodgers goes there, Chris, they're trading for Alan Lazard.
They got to do something. They're going to have to improve the team, the football, the pass catchers, another weapon on the offense in general, right? I know we have here like a grab bag edition here with the Dolphins and the Steelers, and who needs Jonnu Smith more? I would go the Steelers. I mean, the Dolphins have two unbelievable wide.
I'm tripping, nah. Nah, I think the Dolphins need Jonnu Smith more. Pharaoh Brown? Hell no. The Steelers got Darnell Washington. They also got Pat Freiermuth. You know, they stacked at tight end. You know, Jonnu Smith is our only tight end, so I don't know what he's saying on this. I do not know.
Wide receivers and like 3 running backs with 3 rockets up their ass. They don't need like more weapons on offense. That's not a problem for them. They got weapons. The Steelers, on the other hand, don't. There's nobody that's that impressive at running back. So you're not like, wow. We know they got DK Metcalf. I know they have a good tight end in Freiermuth, right? With the lack of options out there and things like that, Jonnu Smith might be the best option out there for your next best pass catcher. Make some big plays, do that. But they certainly, at the receiver and pass catching spot on their roster, they could use another infusion of talent on their team. There's no doubt about that. They can't be content with what they got right there now in the receiver room and in their skill positions as a whole.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis.
Shout out to Chris Sims talking about the Jonnu Smith situation. Hopefully, we do get Jonnu Smith back. We're praying on that right there. Definitely praying on that. All right. Got some more clips. We go to a nice little throw. Oh, good catch by Malik. Oh, my bad. I wasn't showing y'all. Okay, Malik look like Tyreek Hill out there. Low key. We probably got his replacement already. Shout out to Malik. Shout out to Malik Washington. Gave that boy 6. That should have been A-Chain number. Definitely should have been an A-Chain number. Devon A-Chain. All right. Also, I had another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. Just one thing. Hey, somebody tell me who coaches this, man. Somebody tell me who coaches this, man, because I never seen a coach do this a day in my life. For real. This is not the only person that he did this with.
11 today.
Okay. I just got a great shot at the coach.
Oh, yeah.
Like, fam, why you got gloves on right now? Why he got gloves on? That boy, this is what he doing at warm-ups at 73 years old, man. COVID, they not playing this in COVID. They not doing this. Your team getting suspended if they seen this in during the COVID time. Your team getting suspended, man. So Pete Carroll, he got a lot of energy. And, you know, he treating the players like they his kids.
I just got a great shot at the coach.
Oh, yeah.
No copyright. That boy think he cool. He got that lip in his walk. Yeah, that's funny, man. That is funny. Let me see here. Oh, they got the NBA young boy on. Okay, coach. Okay, coach. That boy think he still got moves. He funny, man. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think Raiders, what their record gonna be this year. You know, they're in a hard division, but I think Carroll's the perfect coach based off Andy Reid, the Eagles head coach. You know, but yeah, he gotta take off them gloves, man. I don't know what he gonna do. Are you gonna be throwing the ball, catching the ball out there? You gonna run routes? But you gotta give him credit for at least trying. Some dudes they not even trying no. To be real. And here's some of the guys at practice. Yeah, I don't know what to say about the Raiders. You know, I want to give them boys pointers, but I don't know how they gonna earn it this year. I do not know. I just don't see it with the roster. I don't. All right. And look at that boy. Running for warm-ups too. But that's lit though. He's in his 70s doing this. Like, that's beautiful right there. Very, very beautiful. He probably maintains with his body. It's the Raiders again. Give me one moment.
I'm not worried about that or concerned about that at all.
I mentioned something about wearing your number on your back. I wear this big 73. Man, I'm a skilled athlete, man. I don't wear 70s. Didn't feel right. So somewhere I got captured back in the day would put me back in the 30s and 40s. I wore number 40 all my life. So maybe that's, I don't know. It's some crazy disconnect that doesn't make sense to me. I'm just going to do it the way I know how to do it and kick ass in every aspect of it if we're fortunate enough to do it. Just watch us.
Pete Carroll on questions about his agent being the oldest head coach in NFL history. I'm just going to do it the way I know how to do it and kick ass. So I did not know that he was the oldest head coach of all of history. So he really do love the game. And I think this was like the best available person for the Raiders job. No way he get hired to this. You probably can, but at the same time, you probably have to give up more money. But this is a very, very good hire for the Raiders, I think, personally. Very good hire. All right. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Bro, I gotta get some sleep. I would continue on with the stream, but I'll be back tomorrow for sure. I got some more topics I want to go over with y'all, most definitely. But yeah, man. Let me see real quick. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe for more content. Y'all help your boy get to that 10K. That 10K is on its way. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. It's DGE Dolphin.